Hello, let's start our day. There's so much we can do. Come on, let's start our day so you can learn too. Hello, let's start our day. There's so much we can do. Come on, let's start our day so you can learn too. Well, hello! Happy Friday! We've reached the end of D week, and today we're learning all about a donut. We're going to be making this yummy looking donut that looks good enough to eat. I wish I could just gobble it up. But before we start our day, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling okay? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling mad? Oh, I hope you're feeling very good today. How are you feeling today, Antonio?
I am happy!
Oh, good. I'm so glad you're feeling happy today. And how are you feeling, Snoozer?
I'm excited!
Oh, I know. Snoozer's excited because we have reached the end of the week and now we have the weekend ahead of us to have a lot of fun. So let me grab my ukulele and we're going to sing our welcome song. And today, let's try touching our shoulder again. Shoulder. Ever hear someone say shh? That's the same sound that shoulder begins with. And also, let's touch our knees. Our knees. Are we ready? Here we go. Hello everybody, how are you? Hello everybody, how are you? Hello everybody, how are you? How are you today? Let's all stand up. Let's do our jump up and down. It's Friday, fun day. Hello everybody, jump up and down. Hello everybody, jump up and down. Hello everybody, jump up and down. Jump up and down today. Alright, let's wave hello. Hello everybody, wave hello. Hello everybody, wave hello. Hello everybody, wave hello. Wave hello today. Let's clap our hands. Hello everybody, clap your hands. Hello everybody, clap your hands. Hello everybody, clap your hands. Clap your hands today. Let's touch our knees. Hello everybody, touch your knees. Hello everybody, touch your knees. Hello everybody, touch your knees. Touch your knees today. Last one, our shoulders. Hello everybody, touch your shoulders. Hello everybody, touch your shoulders. Hello everybody, touch your shoulders. Touch your shoulders today. Good job! Well, let's grab our binders because we are going to be drawing how we're feeling today. So I've got my binder ready right here and my dry erase marker. So you can take the top off. If it fits on the back, you can stick it there. If not, just place it on the ground. And we also need something to dry or wipe our feeling away with. And if it's a bad feeling, let's be happy to wipe it away. And then maybe we'll be feeling happier later. So I'm gonna make a big circle. Dum-ba-dum. And I'm gonna make 2 eyes. And I guess I'm feeling kind of happy, but excited too. So I'm gonna make a big happy face. That's how I'm feeling today. I hope you're feeling happy or excited too. So I'm going to put my top back on because we are going to be needing these binders to write our number of the day. So let me erase mine. Keep your tissue nearby and your dry erase marker so you can easily pick them up when we get to the part where we write our number of the day. Are you ready, friends? Are you ready to start circle time? I am. Let's get ready to do the months of the year. January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. So, our month of the year begins with the letter O, which makes an ah sound. Let's see if we can find the month we're in that makes a ah sound. Down we go. And when you see that S, you know you're close. We are in the month of October. Found it. And another way to help find it is to look for those pumpkins, because we see a lot of pumpkins in the month of October. Let's count and find out what our date is today. We're going to count all the way up to this empty spot. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. We are on number 9. Today is October 9th. Let's find it. It's a circle and a line. It makes the number 9. And this 9 is a little curvy. That's the way they made it. But it's a circle and a line. Now we're going to grab our binders and see if we can make a number 9. But you're not going to make it like this. You're going to try and make it the way Mrs. Hamilton makes it. So grab your binders. It's time to make the number 9. Here we go. We're going to make the 9. A 9 is a circle and a line. A circle and a line makes the number 9. How are you doing? Did you make it a big long line? Because if you only make it this big, then you have a lowercase a, and that's not a 9. You start just like you're making a lowercase a, but keep going and make it a nice long line. A circle and a line makes the number 9. So I'm going to erase my 9 and set my binder down, because we still need to figure out what day of the week we are in. So we are on October 9th. But what day is it that begins with the letter F? Let's get our 7 fingers ready so we can sing our Days of the Week song. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Did you hear it? Did you hear the f sound? Today is Friday. Friday, October 9th, 2020. So let's get our binders ready. Let's open up to the front to the Count by 10 song. And you are going to point to the words with either your finger, your marker, or a pointer. And I'm going to do it over here on this board. Are we ready? Let's go. I can count by 10s. Ready now, let's go. I can count by 10s. Here I go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Super job! Let's think of what we can look for today. Why don't we try and look for, since today is the 9th, let's look for the number 90. It's a 9 and then a 0. And it's near the end of our song. Do you see it? A 9 and a 0 makes 90. I hope you found it. If you didn't, let's point to it now. A 9 and a 0 makes 90. Now it's time to turn our page and let's see what time it is. It's time to do our season. So take your arrow and spin it around. And I don't even know where I'm gonna make it stop. And let's do our season song. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. 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 There are 4 parts of a year called seasons. Called seasons. Called seasons. There are 4 parts of a year called seasons. Do you know which one that you are in? Okay. Do you remember which season we're in? It starts with the same sound as Friday. It's fall. Fall. F-A-L-L. Fall. I'm going to move my arrow toward fall, and that's where our leaves are changing colors. And I better do this one too. It's pointing to winter. It's not winter. It is fall. Let's turn the page. What's next? Looks like it's time to do our weather. Did you look outside today? What's it doing outside? How does it feel? Do you feel warm or hot or cold? Is it raining? Is it sunny? Let's do our weather song and see. It could be warm or hot or cold or windy out, sunny or snowy or cloudy or rainy out. Let's all think of some words we can pick. Let's all look outside to see the weather. Weather today. Let's all look outside to see the weather. Weather out today. It could be warm or hot or cold or windy out, sunny or snowy or cloudy or rainy out. Let's all think of some words we can pick. Okay, well, in Mrs. Hamilton's classroom, I was pretty happy. It was sunny, so I'm gonna move these arrows around. Woo! It was sunny. So I'm gonna put one arrow on the sun with the sunglasses with the word sunny, but it was also a little cold. So I'm gonna hold this arrow and move the other one up to the blue sunshine. Sunny and cold in Mrs. Hamilton's class, but what is it like at your house? Oh, I hope it's sunny and warm, but it could be doing anything because in the whole United States of America and in the world, the weather is different in all the different places. So you never know what the weather's gonna be like in other places. But in Mrs. Hamilton's class, it is sunny and cold. I'm gonna turn the page because we're on our last circle time activity before we sit down. It's time to do the vowels. You follow along with me. I'm going to point to the vowels over here. The vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Well, why don't we point to the vowel that looks like a smile? It's the letter U. Smile with an extra line down. Okay, Why don't we point to the vowel that looks just like a circle? Did you point to the O? An O looks like a circle and it looks like a 0. And it's also the letter O. One more. Let's go back to our very first letter, the first letter we started talking about. And it's also the first letter of the alphabet. Do you know what it is? It's letter A. And to make the letter A, we make a circle and a line. All right, well, Mrs. Hamilton is going to sit down because it's time to think about our letters and letter sounds. Are you ready? Let's go. A, apple. B, bee. C, car. D, doll. E, elf. F, fire. G, goose. H, house. I, ache. J, jet. K, kite. L, lion. M, mouse. N, nut. O, ostrich. P, penguin. Q, queen. R, rose. S, sun. T, turtle. U, umpire. V, vase. W, watch. X, x-ray. Y, yo-yo. And finally, Z, zipper. How are you doing? Are you doing well with that? I'm going to go back to one picture. This one. Because my kindergarten classroom asked me, what is an umpire? They didn't know. They didn't know what an umpire is. Well, let's see what the umpire is holding. She's holding a baseball, so it has something to do with baseball. And an umpire is kind of like the person that's in charge of the rules. So, if you ever have seen a baseball game when someone hits a ball and then they go running around the bases, they have to get to the base before someone catches the ball of that base. And if they slide and they touch the base, it's up to the umpire to say, safe! That means they're safe and they score a point, or you're out! And that means they caught them. They caught the ball and they touched the base before the person got to the base. So that means they're out. So if you ever see a baseball game, look out for the umpire. And that is the person that maybe has a whistle or has important clothes on that shows that they are the ones that decide who is safe, who is out, and other things that happen during a game that you play. In football, there's a referee, and in hockey, there's a referee as well. All right, well, it's time to delve into our day, so I'm going to put Mr. iPad away. Okay, well, as I said, we're talking about a donut, and I'm going to hang this back up. And we all know what a donut is. But I was looking at this word today, donut. And the word donut is actually what we call a compound word. It's two words made into one word. Dough, nut, donut. Let's do some more. I'll say it and then you say it. Backyard, backyard. Egg, shell, eggshell. Playroom, playroom. Okay, well, it's time to read a story, and I have a really good one today. I only have one donut book, and then we're going to read a different book, because it's kind of hard to find donut books. But I love this book. It is called If you give a dog a donut, and I see 2 words that begin with the letter D in this book. I've got a dog and donut. And look, they spelled the word donut differently. So here's our donut and here's our dog. And let's get reading. The author is Laura Numeroff, and it's illustrated. The person that drew the pictures is Felicia Bond. I think this is the front, yes. If you give a dog a donut, he'll ask for some apple juice to go with it. When you give him the juice, he'll drink it all up. Then he'll ask for some more. There won't be any left, so he'll want to make his own. He'll go outside to pick apples. Ooh, what kind of juice do you think he's gonna make that's made out of apples? Apple juice. When he's up in the tree, he'll toss you one, and throwing the apple will make him think of baseball. Hey, we were just talking about baseball. He'll want to play. You'll have to get a ball and a glove. Of course, he'll also need a hat. He'll ask you to pitch. Pitch is when you throw the ball. He'll hit a home run. Woo! Then he'll do a happy dance to celebrate. Dancing will make him hot and dusty, so he'll need some water. He'll probably start a water fight. You'll have to dry him off with your bandana. He'll wrap it around his head and pretend that he is a pirate. Then he'll want to go on a treasure hunt. Oh boy, this dog would keep me busy. He'll find an old kite and want to make one himself. You'll have to get him some sticks, paper, and string. When the kite is finished, he'll want to fly it. It will go higher and higher until it gets tangled in the apple tree. The tree will remind him of the apple juice, so he'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, he'll ask for some apple juice. And he'll want a donut to go with it. Oh boy, that dog kept the boy very busy. If you give a dog a donut, I don't know if I'd want apple juice with my donut. I would want probably milk. This story, if you've ever read If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, it's the same author, the same person that wrote this book also wrote the words to If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. Okay, well, I think we are going to do our Friday writing practice. So you should have a sheet that looks like this. And I drew a dog that we're going to color in. And I wrote D-O-G. And I did it with a lowercase d this time. And we are going to be writing both uppercase d's and lowercase d's. And we're going to try and do it on the line. So I am going to get my pencil out. But you can also use a crayon. That makes things go a little slower if you use a crayon. Okay, and I'm gonna hold mine up so you can see it better, but you should be doing yours on the ground. Let me show you. And it's really helpful, especially if you're new to writing, if you put it on the binder and you want the binder sliding down. So you want the big part at the top, because that helps your hand be placed in the right spot. When you write letters, your hand should be resting right, this part should be resting right on the paper. So if your wrist is up in the air, remember your wrist? If you're trying to write like this, it's gonna be very, very difficult. It's gonna be hard. You should keep this part of your hand right on the paper. Okay? So I'm gonna lift mine up. And where are we gonna start our letter D? Well, it's a letter, and letters start at the top. So we need to go to this top blue line and look at Mrs. Hamilton's when you're writing your letter. Don't try and do it by memory. This helps you. And I made mine just the right size. So I'm gonna start up at the top, up at the blue line, and I'm gonna make my 1 right down to the green line. Okay? Then you're gonna go back up to the top and make that rainbow to the ground. How'd you do? Now, I forgot to make my dots on our paper today. So when you make your next D, you need to space it out. There should always be spaces between your letters. So you're gonna start the other one way over here. So we're just gonna make about four Ds. So I'm not gonna start here, that's too close. Let's spread them out. Are we ready? Let's make our 1. Make a straight line down. Whoop. Hop back up. Whoop. Rainbow to the ground. Good. Let's think of our song one last time. I can make a letter D, D, great big D, make a 1, then hop back up and rainbow to the ground. I think I'll try and squeeze one more in, but it's gonna be a little tight. So start up top at the blue line, go down, stop at that green line, come back up and rainbow to the ground. Okay? I hope you're doing well. Now we're gonna make the lowercase d. Let's think of our song. I can make a letter D, D, little d, make a 1. You're starting the same way. Then up, halfway to the red line, and then loop it around. Almost saying the wrong words. Let's try it again. So try and do it under the other D that you made. Make a 1, then up halfway, and then loop it around. Let's do it again. Make a 1, then up halfway, and then loop it around. Pretty easy. You're not lifting your pencil or your crayon up at all. You go down, right back up, and then loop around. D, dog. So now it's time to color in your dog, and I have a little bone in the dog's mouth, so I'm not going to color the bone because I want the bone to look white. And we've made a lot of brown dogs this week, or at least I have. So maybe I'll make my dog a different color. Maybe I'll make him yellowish like Jack is, my dog. So I'm gonna go back and forth. How are we doing with our coloring? Back and forth. We're gonna color in all the white areas. And I'm using my 3 fingers to pinch at the bottom. So your crayon, you shouldn't be holding it like this. That's so hard. Slide those fingers down. And I'm gonna go right over the eyes. because they're still going to stay there. Yellow is a light color. Wow, this is a lot of coloring. Back and forth and back and forth. I probably should have put this down. This is really hard to color this way. Back and forth and back and forth. So you want to color in all the white areas and try and stay in the lines. Try. I think that looks pretty good. How are you doing? How does yours look? I'm sure it looks great. And I'm sure everybody's is all different. And that's what makes you special. Because everyone does things differently. All right, now I'm going to write the word dog. And I don't want to write the word dog in a yellow crayon. Yellow crayon never works out very well for writing words. So I think I'm going to do it in my brown crayon. So we got some tricky letters here, but I think we've done this a couple times this week. So we're going to start up top. We're going to make a line down. And then we're going to come right back halfway up. Down, up halfway, loop around. The next letter in dog is pretty easy. O. Just make a circle. And then that tricky letter G that turns out isn't so tricky after all. You start making the G with a circle. Then let's pretend we're making a stick right after that, a lowercase a. But you keep going down under the water and then make a little smile. How'd you do? I hope you did well. You can always practice, as I've said, writing on your iPads or writing on the back and making it a little bigger. So I'm going to show you that Doodle Buddy app one more time. I don't think I've used it since we were last talking about the Doodle Buddy app. Doodle, D-O-O-D-L-E, Buddy. And it's gotta load. Come on, baby. Oh, I think it's ready. I must have cleared it. So today I'll pick red. So I'm just going to touch the red. And then if you pick this little paintbrush, you can make your lines really thick. Let's see how that turns out. Oh, that's about what I want. All right, so to erase, I have to hit the garbage can. Clear. Erase everything? Yes. So you can practice writing your letters with just your finger. Make a 1, hop back up, and rainbow to the ground. And if you make a mistake, you can hit undo. I wasn't really happy with my rainbow. Rainbow to the ground. It's so much easier to write using your finger like that. And then let's do the lowercase one last time. So I'm going to hit undo, undo. Make a 1, then up halfway, and then loop it around. So that's an option. You can do that maybe after Mrs. Hamilton's class. Whoop, and I just X'd out without clearing it. Let's clear it so we're ready for next time. Empty board. Okay. Well, we've been sitting for a while. How about we do some music and movement and get our bodies a moving and a grooving? Let's do some songs. We are the dinosaurs marching, marching. We are the dinosaurs. What do you think of that? We are the dinosaurs marching, marching. We are the dinosaurs. We make the earth flat. We make the earth flat. We stop and eat our food when we're in the mood. We stop and eat our food on the ground. We stop and eat our food when we're in the mood. We stop and eat our food and then we march around. 'Cause 'Cause we are the dinosaurs marching, marching. We are the dinosaurs, what do you think of that? We are the dinosaurs marching, marching. We are the dinosaurs, we make the earth flat. We make the earth flat. We stop and take a rest over in our nest. We stop and take a rest at the end of the day. We stop and take a rest over in our nest. We stop and take a rest, and then you'll hear us say that we are the dinosaurs marching, marching. We are the dinosaurs, what do you think of that? We are the dinosaurs marching, marching. We are the dinosaurs, we make the earth flat. We make the earth flat, and then we roar. 'Cause we are the dinosaurs, dinosaurs. Annie Alligator says, ah, ah, ah. Bobby Butterfly says, b, b. Carol Cat says, k, k. Danny Dog says, d, d. Evie Elephant says, ah, ah. Frankie Fox says, Gavin Gorilla says, g, g. Harry Horse says, h, h. Izzy Inchworm says, eh, eh. Joey Jellyfish says, j, j. Katie Koala says, k, k. Lenny Llama says, ooh, ooh. Mary Meerkat says, Nancy Narwhal says, Ollie Octopus says, ah, ah. Peppy Penguin says, p, p. Queenie Quetzal says, qu, qu. Rachel Raccoon says, Sandy Snake says, Tony Tiger says, t, t. Undy Umbrella Bird says, ah, ah. Vinny Vampire Bat says, v, v. Willie Walrus says, wah, wah. Axie X-Ray Fish says, ks, ks. Yakety Yak says, yuh, yuh. Zippy Zebra says, zzz. Letter C, k, k, C. I can make a great big C. Start to make a circle, then stop. What do you see? Letter C, k, k, C. I can make a little C. Start to make a circle, then stop. You've made a C. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship run. Take me to the sun. Take me to the sun. When I get there, I'll go spinning through the air, spinning round the sun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship run. Take me to the moon. Take me to the moon. When I get there, I'll go dancing through the air, dancing on the moon. off, another rocket ship, run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship, run. Take me to the stars. Take me to the stars. When I get there, I'll go jumping through the air, jumping from star to star. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship, run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship, run. Take me to the earth. Leave me on the ground. When I get there, I'll be home. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, another rocket ship, run. I can make a great big D, D, letter D. Make a 1, then hop back up and rainbow to the ground. I can make a little D, D, letter D. Make a 1, then up halfway and then loop it around. Whew, okay. Well, I'm going to be reading you another story, and some of the people in this book might look a little familiar. We met Dr. Dan yesterday, and this is a book that Dr. Dan wrote. It's called Checkers and...
Snoozer!
Yes, Snoozer! Checkers and Snoozer. Snoozer meets Dr. Dan. So this book has one of our classmates in it, Snoozer. And it is written by Dr. Dan Hamilton, and it's illustrated by Rachel D'Annunzio. So she is the one that drew all these pictures. Oops, and I see checkers in this book too. Looks like Snoozer's at the doctor. Have you ever done that? Have you ever had to step on a scale so the doctor or the nurse can see how tall you are and how much you weigh? Oop, that looks like the bee we made, doesn't it? During bee week. Okay. Checkers woke up and couldn't find his friend Snoozer. This is Checkers' house. He checked the bathroom, kitchen, and outside. Snoozer was nowhere to be found. Where could Snoozer be? Finally, Checkers found Snoozer hiding under his desk. Snoozer looked concerned. Ooh, that's a word that we don't talk about. That's when you might be a little worried about something. Checkers wondered what was wrong and then remembered what day it was. Snoozer, is today your doctor's appointment? Yes, Snoozer replied. I'm scared. Looks like some worried eyes, huh? Snoozer, there's nothing to be afraid of. I know going to the doctor seems scary, but the doctor is there to keep you healthy and happy and to do their best to fix any problems you are having. Snoozer looked a little less nervous. Well, maybe you're right, Snoozer said to Checkers. I just don't know what the doctors are going to do to me. What if I come with you to your appointment today and show you how all the things the doctor does are just to help you? Snoozer started to smile and said, Sure! Can we get a snack on the way home? As long as it's a healthy snack, Checkers replied. Checkers and Snoozer headed off into town. Snoozer still had some questions about visiting the doctor. Hey, Checkers, Snoozer asked. What's up, buddy? Why do we have to go to the doctor's office if we aren't sick? Checkers replied, "Well, Snoozer, the doctor makes sure we are growing well and that we weigh as much as we should. They also ask us questions to make sure we're being healthy at home." So yes, sometimes we do go to the doctor when we're not sick. Sometimes that's called a well visit. "What about that funny necklace the doctor wears?" Snoozer continued. "That's called a stethoscope, Snoozer. Doctors use that to listen to your heart, your lungs, and your tummy. Even if we don't feel sick, the doctor always has to check to make sure the things inside of our bodies are doing well. And inside your body is your heart. And your lungs help you breathe. And we all know where our tummy is. Sometimes Mrs. Hamilton has a song in her tummy, doesn't she? I like songs. Checkers and Snoozer drove through with the windows down. Up ahead, Checkers saw Ms. Blossom's flower farm in the distance. Then he remembered that sunflowers make Snoozer's nose feel funny. "Uh-oh," Checkers said. Achoo! "Snoozer, it sounds like those sunflowers are bothering your nose again," Checkers said. "Maybe you should tell the doctor about your sneezing." "Could the doctor help me stop sneezing?" "Maybe," said Checkers. "We won't know unless we ask." That's very true. I tell you guys and I tell my students in my kindergarten classroom, you can't get what you want unless you ask. So you should always ask for what you want or you need. Checkers and Snoozer arrived at the doctor's office and took a seat in the waiting room. "I'm nervous, Checkers," Snoozer whispered. Checkers picked his head up from the magazine and said, "Don't worry, Snoozer. I'll be here the whole time." Suddenly, Checkers and Snoozer heard a loud voice yell, "Snoozer, you're next!" Do you ever get that feeling inside where your tummy feels a little funny and maybe your heart is beating? That means you're nervous because you don't know what to expect. So sometimes you get a funny feeling. I feel that feeling all the time. A nurse walked Checkers and Snoozer to a room down the hallway. The nurse asked Snoozer to get onto the scale and wrote down Snoozer's weight. That's how many pounds he is. Next, she measured Snoozer's height. That's how tall he is. "Pretty good, Snoozer," the nurse said. "Your weight and height are where they should be. Make sure you keep eating healthy and don't eat too many cookies before bed." Snoozer looked proud and started to feel more comfortable. Do you remember what proud means? It's when you feel really happy about something that you did. And that's a wonderful feeling to have. Makes you feel all warm inside when you're proud. So Snoozer's doing a good job so far. The nurse added, "I'll be right back. You need 2 shots today." "Shots?" Snoozer yelled. "I didn't know I needed those. I don't like shots." Checkers explained, "I know, Snoozer, but shots are very important. They keep you from getting sick and protect people who aren't able to get shots, like babies and very sick children. So you're doing your part to help others by getting shots, and you're preventing or keeping yourself from getting sick too. So I'm helping other people when I get shots?" Snoozer asked. "Exactly," said Checkers. Snoozer hardly even felt it prick when the nurse put in the needle, since Checkers distracted Snoozer with some bubbles that he brought from home. So Checkers was blowing bubbles and Snoozer was watching him, and then he forgot. And another good trick is to blow out when you're getting the shot, almost like you're blowing bubbles. You blow out and then you forget you're getting the shot too. "You did great, buddy," Checkers said to Snoozer. Snoozer smiled and felt happy. "Oh, Snoozer," the nurse said, "Dr. Dan will be here soon for your appointment. He's one of our new doctors here." Checkers and Snoozer waited for a few minutes. They heard a knock at the door. Hi, Snoozer. It's nice to meet you. My name is Dr. Dan, and I'll be taking care of you. This is my friend Checkers, Snoozer added. Hi, Checkers, Dr. Dan said. Okay, Snoozer, Dr. Dan continued. The nurse said you are a healthy weight, and you're growing well. Great work. Keep it up. Snoozer smiled in relief. I just have some questions to ask you, and then we'll take a look at you and make sure you're healthy. I wonder what questions he's going to ask. Dr. Dan asked Snoozer some questions about Snoozer's daily routine, and he made sure that Snoozer always wore a helmet when riding a bike, and that Snoozer's teeth were brushed and flossed 2 times a day. Dr. Dan told Snoozer to keep drinking the fruit smoothies and to try and eat more vegetables at dinner, because all those things make you a healthy person. When he was finished asking questions, Dr. Dan listened to Snoozer's chest with his stethoscope and then checked Snoozer's eyes and his nose. Everything looks good and sounds great, Dr. Dan said. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about today? Did he have something that he needed to talk about? Do you remember? I hope he asked. You need to ask when you have a question. Snoozer felt embarrassed. Embarrassed, that's another feeling. When you feel a little shy and you don't know if you should say it. I hope he says it, because you gotta say it. Snoozer knew Dr. Dan would want to hear about the sneezing problem, but Snoozer didn't want to talk about it. Then Snoozer remembered what Checkers had said about the doctor being there to help us feel better when we need it. Snoozer answered Dr. Dan, well, when we drive by the sunflowers on the street, it makes my nose itch, and sometimes I sneeze. Oh, well, I'm proud of Snoozer for asking that question. I'm glad you told me, Snoozer, Dr. Dan said. I'm here to help you with any concerns you have, and never be afraid to tell me anything, and I'll do my best to help you. I bet you he feels relieved. That's another feeling we feel when we were all worried about something. Our heart was beating, our tummy felt funny, we were scared, and then we do it, and then we feel great. Relieved. Dr. Dan continued. Now, it sounds like you might be allergic to the pollen in the sunflowers. A lot of people are allergic to many different things, both inside and outside, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm going to send you home with pills and nose spray, okay? I can do that, Snoozer replied. Perfect, said Dr. Dan. I need to see my next patient now. Do you have any other questions? Just one, Dr. Dan, Snoozer replied. Are you allergic to anything? Dr. Dan chuckled. That means he kind of laughed. Yes, Snoozer, I'm allergic to pollen too. Snoozer smiled. Checkers and Snoozer headed home. On the way back, they stopped and got strawberry smoothies at their favorite place. And it's called Cassie's Smoothies. It wasn't bad at all. It was really kind of fun and interesting, and Dr. Dan was so nice and helpful. I look forward to seeing him again. Thanks for coming with me today, Snoozer said to Checkers. I'm glad you were there. Me too, buddy, Checkers said. The end. Well, that was a great story. So now we know what to expect when we go to the doctor. Sometimes you go to the doctor when you're not feeling well and you want to find out what's wrong. And sometimes you go to the doctor when you're feeling just fine. So they can check you out and check on all those things. Well, wow. Well, that was fun. So we have one more thing to do, and that is to make our donut craft. So you are going to need this piece of paper, which is a great big circle to cut out for the donut. And then you need this piece, which is a yummy frosting that is sometimes on a donut. And then our word, dough, nut, donut. And we're gonna make the lowercase d. And finally, some sprinkles. There's nothing like yummy sprinkles on your donut and your ice cream. So we're gonna glue those on. So let's get our scissors out because we are going to be cutting out this circle. So make sure you're set up the right way. Make sure the little hole is on top and your thumb goes in the little hole and your other fingers can slide in as many as you can squeeze in. And you're holding your paper with one hand. That's the secret to cutting out well. So you have to hold it with one hand, cut with the other. It's very hard to try and cut if you're not holding onto the paper. So hold onto the paper. You can start wherever you want and try and get those scissors lined up on the line. Now what are we going to try and do? Turn the paper. So I'm going to shift my hand so I can turn the paper. Open and close. Push forward a little. I'm going to shift my hand again. I'm moving my hand. See how my scissors, they kind of stay in the same position the whole time. And it's the paper that I'm moving. Isn't that interesting? I should teach that to Dr. Dan. Dr. Dan is not a very good cutter. First of all, he's left-handed. That means he does everything with his left hand. So it's hard to teach someone who uses their left hand to do those things. And sometimes you might be a left-handed person and you don't even know. So if you're having a lot of trouble cutting with your right hand, you might be left-handed. There's a lot of people in this world that are left-handed too. So you have to cut with this hand. So if you are having a lot of trouble cutting and you try your left hand and find that it's easier, you might be a lefty, a left-handed person. Okay, so now let's get our craft put together. So we got to put on the frosting. I wonder what it tastes like. It tastes like vanilla or if it tastes like strawberry. Sometimes they just put the color in and still make it vanilla. Sometimes they make that color like a strawberry or a cherry flavor. Oh, all that sounds so yummy to me. So I'm going to take the top off my glue. This one is a new glue. I was running low, so I have to wind it up. And we're just going to put some glue around the edge of the frosting. You can kind of trace it and make those curves. Then we're gonna flip it over and put that frosting on. Now, that wouldn't make sense to put it there. We gotta put it right in the middle. And now, I don't think we're going to be holding down and pressing the 5. We're going to be smoothing it with our whole hand. I'm going to go in circles. I'm going to use both of my hands. We want that to stay on there nicely. So some people like their donuts just like this. Some people like them with sprinkles. So we have all kinds of different colored papers, and I'll teach you the easiest way to do this. But you gotta work quickly. You can't dawdle. You can either do it this way, stick your sprinkle right in the glue, and then stick it wherever you want. I'll do a couple that way. Stick it in, press it on. One more that way. And I'm gonna try and keep my colors. I'm not going to put the same color next to each other because I want it to look really colorful. Another way you can use your glue is just make some dots, if you can see it. So maybe 3 at a time. And then you can pick up your piece of paper and stick it right in the glue. So, your choice. You decide how you want to do it. Put an orange one there. I'm running out of room for my sprinkles. Put one here. 2 more. purple one up here. One more. Maybe right here. Ah! I found an itty bitty sprinkle. This one's smaller than all the others. Okay. Ta-da! Am I done? I don't think so, because we didn't add the word donut. Donut. Here it is. So I'm going to glue that on, and then we're going to write the lowercase d, and we're all done. We're done for the day. That's another D word. I put it. Where did I put it? Oh gosh, I was in your way, wasn't I? To see this one. This one's a little different. All right, I'm going to put it in the middle. And we have one last thing to do. We need to make the letter D. So I am going to use a pencil. Now, do we remember how to make that lowercase d? We're going to start with a 1. Make a 1, then up halfway, and then loop it around. Make a 1, then up halfway, and then loop it around. Donut. D. How does yours look? I'd love to see some pictures. You can always send Mrs. Hamilton some pictures of your crafts, and I could even show them to everyone. And next week, we are starting E week. We're gonna have so much fun. Whoops, I better put the top on my... And I am going to be doing a cheer for some of the people in Mrs. Hamilton's class. So what do I mean by a cheer? Well, I need to get my pom-poms. Cheerleaders use pom-poms. And say your name is... Maybe I'll do Danny, because we were talking about Dr. Dan today. So say your name is Danny. Slide this thing over. I'm going to have your name on the board at the beginning of the day. Danny. D-A-N-N-Y. And when we do a cheer, we are going to be... I think I need to stand up for this one. All right, I don't have my pom-poms today, but this is what the cheer is going to be like. So I'm going to say each letter in your name. So Danny is D-A-N-N-Y. Here we go. Give me a D. And then you say D. Give me an A. Good. Give me an N. Give me an N. Give me a Y. What's it spell? Danny! Woo! So it's gonna go like that. I just gotta get my pom-poms, and I'm gonna start that next week, just for you. Well, that was fun, doing our cheer. So watch every day and see if I do your name, because you are special to me, because you are in my class, and it's nice to celebrate our names. That's another thing that makes us special. We all have a name, that we were named by the person that loves you. When you were first born, you were given a name, and that name makes you special. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next week for the letter E week. I'll see you then. Remember, be kind and love others. Bye.